Hi there, and welcome to this 91st live tech Q&A session where I'll be answering some of your tech-related questions. And you can post your questions in the YouTube comments, and I'll take them up. And we do this every Tuesday at 7 p.m. India time for about half an hour. And I can already see quite a few questions, so let's take them up. And by the way, if you are on Twitter, do follow me on Twitter at Geekyranjit, because throughout the week I keep posting about what's going on. So let's start. And this first question I got is from Preet Pandey. He says OnePlus versus InFocus 810, InFocus M810 versus Xiaomi Mi 4. Very interesting. I actually have all the handsets. This is the InFocus M. 810, but actually, as you can see, I didn't even get actually opened it yet. It's just let's try to boot it up. And specs on all these three are very similar. The OnePlus One and the Mi 4 have 3 gigs of RAM. But all these three run on Snapdragon 810 chipset. But the Mi 4 does not have 4G LTE support, whereas it's a little bit peculiar with this InFocus M810. It has 4G, but only for the 1800 megahertz band. So if in your city we have 2300 megahertz band, it won't work. So this is the first boot that we are doing. The thing I liked about this M Focus is like the entire thing is metallic, so it looks actually very premium. And though it's on the bigger side, the screen size is same as the OnePlus 5.5-inch screen, but it does not feel heavy. As of now, it looks impressive. What do you mean? It does not lag or whatever? But again, it's running a custom UI. And let's VPN whatnot. And as of now, let's go to general and look at about the device. This one is also running Android version 5.0.2. So this one also comes with Lollipop out of the box, whereas the Mi 4 is still stuck on KitKat. I don't know when they'll update it to Lollipop, but the Mi 4 has IR blaster. So again, it depends. I'll be testing this InFocus device very soon. I'll start testing it tomorrow. I'll post the unboxing and the overview video. So it comes down to I would say 4G. If you want 4G, then the OnePlus One has 4G. The 4G works in India. But if 4G is not important and you don't like very large screen devices, then the Mi 4 might be better for you. The advantage the Mi 4 has is the IR blaster. In fact, I've already posted the video comparing the OnePlus versus the Mi 4. You can watch that to get a general overview, which is better for you. Anyways, let's move to the next question. This is by D. Naresh. He is asking, can you suggest me a router just for Wi-Fi sharing, max of 5 device? And he says he has a 3 BHK house. For that, I would say on a budget range, you can go with the TP-Link N300 router. That should suffice your needs, and it is selling in India for around 13 to 1400 rupees. If you have a little bit more budget, you can go for the TP-Link Archer C20i. That is available for 2600. Advantage is that it's a dual band router, and it has the Wi-Fi AC. So if you have devices that support Wi-Fi AC, that will be beneficial. And it also has a USB port. So these are the two routers in the budget range. The 1300 one is the N300, and for 2600, 2700, the Archer C20i. Again, I've posted reviews for both these devices. So for details, check the channel. And let's move to the next question. This is by Devendra. He's asking us an interesting question. He says, can you suggest me which one is better, Note 4 or the S6 Edge? Which one you prefer? It's not about compact or large. I would say both the devices, Note 4 and the S6, are good devices. Again, it comes down to the form factor. If you like small phones, the S6 Edge would be better. Again, if you're not worried about the size, and the biggest advantage of the Note series, I have told this earlier also, is the S Pen. So if you think you're going to use the S Pen features, then the Note would be better. But again, do note that the Note 5 will be launching soon. It would be announced in early September, so it should be available by October. So if you can wait for that much time, definitely the Note 5 might be a better option. But as of now, I would say I prefer the S6 Edge because the camera is a lot better on the S6 Edge. But again, the thing that I don't like about the S6 Edge and even the S6 is the battery life. The battery life is very average. So again, it comes down to what you prefer. Personally, I would say many times when I travel, I like the Note series because on the move, I can just take out the S Pen and jot the notes. And also the battery life is far better on the Note 4. Anyways, let's move to the next question. This is by Kiran. He says, do you think OnePlus One primary camera is better than Mi 3 Grand Max E5 E7? I I don't think so. It is better than the Mi 3. The Mi 3 had a very good camera, but yeah, it is better than the E5 and the E7. I would say. Let's move to the next question. Again, this is by Devender. He's asking which one is better, the Grand Max or the E5? Devender, again, it comes down to pros and cons. The camera is better on the Grand Max, whereas the display, E5 is more stylish, more lighter device. Again, I've already posted a comparison video on my channel between the Grand Max and the E5. Check out that and decide which is better for you. Let's move again. This is by Moise. He's asking about a Wi-Fi router. He says, can you please suggest me a budget dual band router price between 2,000 and 3,500 rupees? Again, it would be the TP-Link Archer C20i. It's a very good router for the price of around 2,600 to 2,700. Again, check my channel. I have posted already the in-depth review for that router. Let's move. This is by Balender Singh. He says, thinking to go for the Mi 4 as per your review, or should I wait for the Moto G3? Please give your final thoughts. The Mi 4 is an excellent device for the price. I would say for the current price, it's an awesome device. Biggest con is that it does not have 4G. So if you're not worried about 4G, you can go with the Mi 4, because even the Moto G3, whenever it launches, won't be as powerful as the Mi 4. The Mi 4 has a Snapdragon 801. It has 3 gigs of RAM, IR blaster and stuff. The Moto G, whenever it comes out, won't be that powerful, and it won't have these advanced features like IR blaster, etc. So it comes down to the basic fact that do you really need 4G? So if you need 4G, then you can wait for the Moto G3, because I'm sure the Moto G3 will support 4G whenever it comes out. But again, don't expect the Moto G3 to have cutting edge specs like 3 gigs of RAM or something. From the rumors, what I've heard, it won't even have 2 gigs of RAM. So again, you can wait and see. So let's move to the next question. Some of you are asking me about Note 5 rumors and stuff. I won't take that. I just don't like to comment about rumors. Anyways, let's move to the next question. This is by Manish. He says, should I buy the Galaxy S6 or the LG G4? He says, my requirements are amazing camera for 4K video recording, gaming, multitasking updates, and fluidity. Okay, so in terms of fluidity, I would say the S6 went ahead, because if you just watch my LG G4 review also, I like the LG G4. In terms of rear-facing camera, I would say the rear-facing camera is slightly better than the S6. But in terms of fluidity and UI, it was not that fluid. There are some software bugs that I encountered quite a bit of times, and in some areas there is a minor lag that I've noticed with the LG G4. It's not like that you'll encounter it every time, but it is there. So I hope LG can fix that with software updates. But I felt that the S6 this time had a much more fluid UI experience. The Samsung really worked on the touchway. So in that aspect, the S6 is slightly better, I would say. But in terms of rear-facing camera, the LG G4 goes slightly ahead. But if you use the front-facing camera a lot, here again, still the S6 has a far better front-facing camera, even when we compare with the LG G4. So again, decide. And Manish is also asking, suggest me a great headphone under rupees 5,000. I won't say this is under 5,000, but these Audio Technica, what is this model? ADH M40X, these are available for 6,000 something. I would say amazing value. Wow. I just love these. Whenever I actually don't use these a lot, because the problem is when I start listening to them, maybe I would say I'll just listen to half an hour, but the sound quality is so good and the clarity is so good that I end up listening 2 hours or so. That is the reason I just avoid this, because I waste a lot of time uh, listening to the music. So I would say just up your budget a little bit and go for these Audio Technica M40X. Amazing, amazing clarity. You'll start to hear things that you have never heard in your music. So that clear it is. Let's move to the next one. Okay, I get this question a lot, and I'll take this. This is by Avesh. He says, which is your daily driver and why? The thing is that I don't have a permanent daily driver. The thing is that, as you guys know, I need to test a lot of phones or whatever, and I like to test the phones that I'm testing with my primary SIM. So I keep on changing it, because if you recall, 2 weeks ago my daily driver was the Mi 4, but now as I'm just again retesting this what do you say, OnePlus 1, my primary SIM is in the OnePlus 1. But again, if you ask me this question after a week or so, it might be on some other phone like the InFocus M80, because I have to also test it out. So it's not like I have a permanent daily driver. And if I'm not using a particular phone, that does not mean that it's a bad phone. For example, I also have this S6 Edge, but just because I have to test so many phones, my primary SIM is actually not in the S6 Edge also. So there is nothing like a primary driver for me, because I feel that I need to use my primary SIM to do a fair review, because I get most of the calls and text messages, WhatsApp, etc. on my primary SIM. And so that's the reason. Yes, I have multiple SIMs also, because sometimes I need to test a couple of phones. For example, this is the Lenovo K3 Note. I use my primary SIM for 2 days now. My secondary SIM is on the Lenovo K3 Note. So the short answer is, I don't have any primary smartphone and a driver, and if you ask me every 2 weeks, it will change. Anyways, let's move to the next question, and this is by Mohit. He says, suggest me a good and cheap wireless mouse. I would suggest that this is the mouse that I'm using. This is the Logitech M185 wireless mouse, and it's an excellent mouse. It's been almost 2 years since I've been using it. It's a very small mouse, so that you can even use with laptops and stuff like that, and it works very well. And I don't recall the price. It is around 700, 800. I don't know, something around that. In fact, you can just check out my channel. Just search for Logitech M185. You can find the review about this mouse. Excellent mouse, I would say. It's been over 2 years and it's been working still fine. Anyways, let's move. This is by Shobit Agarwal. I'll just take a part of the question. He's asking, which mic do you use when you do unboxing and reviews for recording? I actually use the same mic. This is the Blue Yeti mic. I just use this. This is my primary mic that I use for everything. And this is the mic that I've been using for 4.5 years. And he's also asking between the Samsung Galaxy S5 and the A5, which is better. I would say the Samsung Galaxy S5 is a better device and a much more powerful device compared to the A5. But in terms of build quality, I would say obviously the Galaxy A5 moves way ahead, because the S5, though it's a nice device internal, but in terms of look, guys, yes, it's pathetic. I don't know what Samsung was thinking. It looks actually ugly, the S5, with the plastic bag, the dimpled back that looks like a band-aid. So in terms of looks, I would say the A5 goes way ahead. The A5 looks a lot more premium. But if you forget about the looks, I would say the Galaxy S5 is a much better device. The camera and everything is actually much more better on the Galaxy S5. So again, you got to decide looks or the raw functionality. Anyways, let's move to the next question. This is by Sujit Reddy. He's asking about choose between the Lenovo K3 Note, Redmi 4G, or the Euphoria. I actually haven't completed my testing of this Lenovo K3 Note, so it won't be fair. But between the Euphoria and the Redmi Note 4G, I would easily say that go with the Redmi Note 4G, because though the hardware on this Euphoria is nice, but there are so many software bugs still on the Euphoria. I just simply cannot recommend this device because there are so many usability bugs. And after that software update, yes, they solved some issues, but now some other new issues have come up. Like now this device heats up. Prior to the update, it does not, it never used to heat up, and now the screen sometimes acts wonky and stuff like that. So though the hardware is nice on the Euphoria, but as of now, what do you say? There are a lot of software bugs, and I'm not sure if the U team will be able to fix them properly. Anyways, let's move to the next question. Ashraf is asking me about OnePlus 2. Again, guys, OnePlus 2, just 2 days ago, I posted a video about OnePlus 2. It's not been launched and we don't even know the entire specs. So just wait. They're going to announce formally on 27th July, and we'll know the details about the pricing and stuff. But again, it will be priced a little bit more than the OnePlus 1. This is by TechSense, and this is a peculiar question. It's about gaming consoles. He wants to know between the PS4 or the Xbox One. Want to know which consumes less power. He says, as per his knowledge, the PS4 consumes more power. And I don't know, guys, because I have a PS4, but I don't have an Xbox One. So I am not sure how much power the Xbox One consumes. The thing is that Xbox One has an external power brick, whereas everything is integrated in the PS4. What I don't like about the PS4 is that sometimes with heavy gaming, the fans can be a little bit loud, so you can hear that. But again, I haven't used the Xbox One, so I just can't comment about it. Also, I don't like one more thing about the PS4 is the quality control is very poor. My PS4, it's just one year, couple of months old, and the drive simply does not work now. The Blu-ray drive has failed, so I have to just rely on digital downloads. So I don't like the build. I would say the Sony is lately. I've seen this with Sony in many of the devices. They are not concentrating a lot on the build quality. The earlier Sony, the old Sony, the build quality control used to be very good, but with the new Sony, it's a little bit dicey. So I don't like that. It's working fine. Now I just can't use the disc, so I have to digitally download the games. That way, it is working perfectly. So is it nice? Yes, it's working fine, I would say, but I don't like the build quality. And I know some of my other friends also whose drives have failed. So it's not just me that I'm an isolated issue. So that's the thing. But again, I can't comment about the Xbox One because I haven't personally used it, or I have any plans of using it, because even the PS4, I just hardly get any time to play games on it. Anyways, guys, let's move to the next question. This is by Geeky Mayur. Very peculiar question. He's asking which is better, the Samsung Galaxy S6 or the Samsung Galaxy A7. Obviously, the Samsung Galaxy S6 is way superior to the Galaxy A7. There's no point of even comparing. The Galaxy S6 is in a different class, whereas the A7 is in a different class. So obviously, the S6 is way better. This is by Prasenjit Ghosh. He's saying, do you think with the upcoming brands like the Xiaomi, Asus, OnePlus in India, giant smartphone manufacturers like Sony, Samsung, HTC are losing their hold in the mid-range market? Yes, true. The thing is that Samsung, Sony, HTC, etc., in the budget and the mid-range category, they are simply not providing good handsets. It's like they are launching some handsets, but the quality of the handsets and the features and the chipset used are so bad that under I think so 20,000, these guys are simply not serious. And if Samsung, Sony, HTC, etc., don't actually give out good mid-range devices, yes, they will obviously lose the market to vendors like Xiaomi, OnePlus, etc., because these guys are providing great handsets for that value. So it'll be interesting to see if it changes in the future. This is by Ravdeer Gill. He says Xiaomi is teasing the next big launch event on 16 July. Any guesses? From what I've heard, the rumors again, guys, it's rumored that, the Xiaomi Mi 5 would be launched, but again they're going to be launching it only in China. I don't know when it's going to launch in India. Again, these are rumors, guys, so just take it with a grain of salt. So we'll know soon. July 16th is not far. Just give me a second, guys. Oops. Okay, Chandrasekhar is asking me about K3 Note's camera. How is it? I've actually not tested the camera a lot. I took some sample shots just here and there, and the picture quality seems to be good. But in the next couple of days, I'll be seriously taking some pictures in varying light conditions, and I'll try to post a camera review. But looks like with the K3 Note, Lenovo has finally put a decent camera. 1 second, guys. This is by Mohan. He's asking, does the Mi 4 support wireless charging? No, the Mi 4 does not support wireless charging. Some of you are asking me about Zolo Black. No idea, guys, and I have no plans to review that device. Give me a second, guys. Let me just refresh the questions for a minute. Tekken Tosh TV is asking, using the Moto 360 again. Yes, I just charged it today. I forgot about it. I thought it would be dead. So just using it again. Yeah, but again, these smartwatches are like just hype, I would say. They're not very necessary. And that is the thing. I used this Moto 360 for a few weeks and then I just completely forget about it. It's not like something that if you don't wear it or whatever, you really miss. That's the thing with the smartwatches. Anyways, let's move... this is by Shashikant Patel. He's asking a question about headphones. I haven't reviewed very high-end headphones, but he's asking about Audio-Technica M50X, Sony MDR. He's saying he has a budget of under 15,000, and he says Audio-Technica ATH M50X, Sony MDR 7506, Sennheiser's HD 558, or anything else. Need bass and ultimate sound quality. I would say I have checked out the ATH M50X, and that will be my bet. I haven't heard the Sony ones, so I can't comment on it. But I really like the Audio-Technica because the clarity is amazing on these Audio-Technica ATH M50X, and they're very similar to the M40X that I use. But with the M50X, the bass is boosted a little bit, so that might be a very good option, I would say. Let me just refresh, guys. Okay, this is by Rudra Singh. He's asking, does 2K display or a 1080p panel screen need a good GPU to work, or both are independent as per their functions are concerned? No, obviously, the higher the pixel density, for example, let's take the base as 720p, and let's say gaming. Let's say you have a GPU that is called a GPU that might be able to easily drive a game without any lag for a 720p screen. But if you use the same GPU on a 1080p screen, obviously the GPU has to work a lot, almost 2x compared to the 720p screen. So obviously there would be lagging, and obviously if you go to the 2K screen or whatever, it will put actually a lot of stress on the GPU. So obviously when the screen's resolution increases like 2K or whatever, 4K we don't have phones, but 2K, obviously you need a very beefy GPU, otherwise the games and etc will obviously lag. This is Mansir, sorry, I spelled your name wrong. He's asking, does the Oppo support OnePlus One support wireless charging? No, even the OnePlus One does not support wireless charging. This is an interesting question. This is by Darsh. He's asking, MIUI 6, which comes with the Xiaomi devices, or the Zen UI, which comes with Asus Zenfone. I would go with the Zen UI because the Zen UI is actually a lot closer to Android, the stock Android experience, and I feel the Zen UI is a lot more fluid compared to MIUI. Lately, I'm noticing that the MIUI is not that optimized, and even with very powerful handsets, there is some minor lag that I noticed with MIUI. So definitely, it'll be the Zen UI for me. This is by Yash. He's asking, is the K3 Note laggy? Have you experienced any major lag in the K3 Note? No, I haven't actually noticed any lagginess on the K3 Note with normal usage. I would say browsing, tweeting, etc. In normal usage, I haven't noticed any lagging. But with heavy games, actually, I have already posted the gaming review with the K3 Note. You notice that with heavy gaming in some of the games, yes, there is that lagging, and that comes down to the GPU, because this Lenovo has put a 1080p screen on this K3 Note, and the GPU is actually not that powerful in heavy games to handle that 1080p. Hence, in some of the games, I would say you notice some lagging at times. But in normal general usage, I haven't noticed any lagging. Let's move to next question. This is by Yash. The Zenfone 2 or the M4 Aqua? I would say go with the M4 Aqua only if you require that, what do you say, waterproofing features and stuff like that. Else, I would say I would prefer personally the Zenfone 2 4 gig model over the Mi 4 Aqua, because waterproofing is not very high in my criteria. Okay, this is by Rajat. He's asking, Truecaller does not show caller ID on Mi 4i. Can you check if it works with Mi 4? It works with the Mi 4. I don't no longer have the Mi 4i, but Truecaller is working perfectly with the Mi 4. The only thing that I had to do is it was not working properly. Is go again. These Xiaomi devices have a built-in firewall. That's the permission manager. You have to go there and manually give all the permissions. Truecaller, the floating and whatnot, run in the background and stuff. Once you give all the permissions, then it started working fine on my Mi 4. Okay, this is by Chirag. He says, I need to buy a decent smartphone. Confused between the Mi 4 and the Nexus 5. I would not recommend the Nexus 5 at this point, because the battery life on Nexus 5 is bad. It's not even average, it's bad. So you'll end up with almost even regular usage, you got to charge it twice. And if you're a sort of a heavy user, you would have to be carrying a portable power bank with you every time. So, and also if we compare the camera, the Mi 4 has a way superior camera compared to the Nexus 5. So I would not recommend the Nexus 5 at this point. So you can go with the Mi 4, but again, do remember that the Mi 4 does not support 4G in India. I hope that helps. Okay, this is by Rishi Raj. He says, which camera is better for around 40,000 rupees? He says he's a beginner in YouTube. A beginner YouTuber or whatever. YouTuber, yes. I would say you can go with the Canon line of DSLRs. I don't recall the pricing, but you can get the 650D. There was an offer on Amazon recently for 38,000 with two lenses. You can get the 650D. Sorry, 700D, not even 650D. And I feel that's a very good deal. But again, the thing is that with DSLRs, just don't expect that you put everything in auto and you'll get a great footage. I work with DSLRs. I only shoot with DSLRs. I use the Canon 70D, 550D, and also the Panasonic GH4. And the thing is that I use all these in the manual mode. And you have to understand the photography. You have to work with the camera to get really good pictures. So if you have that much patience of working in the manual mode and you can adjust the focusing, then you can go with the 700D. There is a work. People think that you just buy a DSLR and you're going to get great footage. That is wrong. With the DSLR, the learning curve is a lot higher. You have to manually adjust a lot of things. But if you have that much patience and you can do that, then you can get some amazing footage with the DSLR. But if you think you are not comfortable doing all those things, then I would say you can, and you want everything to work. You don't want to dwell with the ISO settings, aperture, whatnot, focusing and stuff. Then you might go with the camcorder, I would say. But again, with the camcorder, the footage is a little bit different. You don't get that cinematic effect, I would say. Anyways, thanks. I hope that helps you. This is by Roshan. Did you sell your iPhone? Yes, I sold my iPhone. I don't know, man. Like the new iPhones are going to come out soon, and obviously the resale value of the existing iPhones will go down. So I didn't want to lose a lot of money, so I just sold the iPhone because I was just not using it. It's no point just having devices just lying, and you lose a lot of money. But yeah, whenever the new iPhone 6s or 7, whatever they like to call, I will do a serious review with that. I will use it as my primary driver for a week or two, and I'll try to do a serious review this time. Yeah. Okay, this is by Prateshwar. He say, how's the battery life on the OnePlus One after flashing CyanogenMod 12? Yes, I'm using the CyanogenMod 12s, and the battery life is actually surprisingly good. In fact, I have posted the battery life stats on Twitter, so you can check out that, and I'm happy with the battery life. I would say it's not as good as the 11s, but it is pretty decent. I would say I can easily get about 4.5 hours to around 5 hours of screen on time, which is amazing. If you consider that even with the Samsung Galaxy Note 4, I can barely touch 4 hours of screen on time. So guys, just now the power went off. So it's running on backup power. The problem is the internet can go off anytime now because I can't control the backup power for that. So guys, it's been almost 30 minutes also. So I will be ending this session now. And again, we do this live Q&A every Tuesdays at 7 p.m. India time. So again, I hope that you'll be able to join me next week also. And again, if you're on Twitter, do follow me on Twitter at Geekyranjit. So again, guys, signing off, and I hope to see you again next week. Thank you.